So our presentation was about mapping food deserts. This presentation was done by Sam, Lily, and Edwin. Um, and is our table of contents. All right, so some background for food deserts is pretty much food deserts is an area where people have limited access to affordable and healthy food. This is especially being like fresh fruits and vegetables, especially in like urban areas. This means living more than 1 mile from a grocery store. And for rural areas, this would be about 10 miles, which would be considered a food desert. These areas often rely on convenience stores or fast foods, which have fewer healthier options. Food deserts, they impact low income and minority communities the most. This leads to higher rates of diet-related health problems and deeper social inequalities. Some part of the industry overview was that some trends for grocery stores was that in 2025, the grocery and retail food industry was shaped by changing customer habits. This included technology and economic pressures. Price sensitivity was a high, leading retailer to offer more private label and bulk items. Online grocery shopping keeps growing with better delivery and pickup services. This could be examples like Walmart and most people that offer curbside and like just off delivery services. Um, Shoppers are also choosing more health-focused products like high protein, low sugars, and functional foods. Um, yeah, and another thing was that consumer behaviors is that stores are using data to personalize shopping through loyalty programs, social media ads, and coupons. And tend to use deals from nearby stores, making local access a key factor. But in food deserted areas where options are limited, people miss out on these opportunities, leading to an uneven shopping experience. And why this matters, we said because the access to fresh food is vital for public health. Without fruits and vegetables, people are more likely to rely on processed foods, raising the risk of obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Expanding access to fresh food promotes health, supports food equity, and helps build stronger, more resilient communities.
And then as for some market statistics, so as for access to healthy food, many low-income and rural communities in the United States struggle to access grocery stores that offer healthy and affordable food. The Department of Treasury, Agriculture, and Health and Human Services have joined forces to support long-term projects that can increase food access in underdeserved or underserved communities. To support these efforts, the Economic Research Service created the Food Desert Locator. This tool maps the location of food deserts and provides key data on affected populations. So figure one and figure two on the next couple of slides will depict examples of how that food desert locator tool is used. And then as for kind of defining food deserts based on like statistics, food deserts are typically a census tract where the poverty rate is greater than 20%. Median family income is below 80% of the area average, and at least 33% of residents live more than 1 mile away from a grocery store in urban areas or more than 10 miles in rural areas, as we mentioned. And then supermarkets are basically defined as stores that make at least $2 million in annual sales and offer a full range of food departments. Um, and then in 2006, about 13.5 million people lived in areas with limited supermarket access. And then this slide and this slide are just the figures showing that USDA mapping tool. And then as for the customer profile, um, as depicted in our figure 3, which will be on the next slide, food deserts tend to impact low-income households. Food deserts also impact racial and ethnic minorities and people without reliable transportation. Um, and then for our customer profile, we figured that it kind of fit into the Tapestry segment 10D called Down the Road. And that identifies populations that are affected by food deserts. Those populations are usually low density, semi rural areas within metro regions. About half the households live in mobile homes, and over two-fifths live in single family homes. And then figure 4 will depict that segment in California as an example. And then behavioral factors such as car ownership also influence food access. People without a personal vehicle are much more likely to experience food insecurity. And then only about 28% of shoppers without a car reported full food security compared to 62% of those who do have access to a vehicle. So yeah, figure 3, 4, and then 5. And that one was showing the car ownership one.
For the competitive landscape, or is this man?
I think it was.
Oh, okay. Competitive landscape. In Oregon, food deserts present a significant challenge, particularly in urban and rural areas with limited access to fresh food. Primarily competitors include supermarkets, discount grocers, and co-ops. Supermarkets often found in affluent neighborhoods offer a wide selection of fresh produce, but are scarce in food deserts. Discount grocers provide affordable options, making them essential for low-income families, while co-ops focus on local organic products, fostering community and engagement. Secondary competitors and their impact, some other ones would just be dollar stores or convenience stores and other fast food outlets. Although these don't offer the same like healthy options as your primary competitors would, they still offer more like the snacks and things that are unhealthy that will get people by, basically. These establishments thrive in these food deserts due to their accessibility and extended hours into the night. Basically, you can go there any time of the day or night and get any type of food. And then the need for collaborative solutions. The interaction between primary and secondary competitors underscores the struggle for food access in Oregon's food deserts, while supermarkets and discount grocers aim to meet the nutritional needs. To address food insecurity, it's crucial to foster a partnership between local governments and nonprofits and businesses to enhance this access to healthy food for more people. This just shows some food and grocery store locations in California. For the analysis, the challenge of food deserts in Oregon. In Oregon, food deserts pose a significant challenge, especially in the urban neighborhoods and rural communities with limited access to fresh food. Spatial analysis shows that these underserved areas often overlap with low-income populations, revealing a stark disparity between healthy food availability and resident needs. Urban areas with high poverty rates frequently lack supermarkets, forcing residents to rely on convenience stores and fast foods, like I had mentioned earlier. And then rural regions face additional hurdles such as transportation barriers, long distance to food retailers, and complicating access to fresh produce. Mapping food source disparity. Some maps coming up will show that the relation to household distribution illustrates how access to food varies across Oregon. This visualization highlights areas and demographics mostly affected by limited food availability and includes transportation as well. We also focus in on Grant County, Oregon, which is notably underserved, with several cities lacking food stores, compelling residents and travel significant distances to get to these grocery stores. This lack of proximity exacerbates food insecurity and increases health disparities in these areas. Strategic interactions.
Sorry.
You're all good. To address these challenges, a couple interactions could be going into effect, like mobile markets and bringing fresh produce to these underserved areas, while grants and tax breaks can encourage grocers to open more grocers to open in food deserts. Some rural stores have succeeded by offering local produce and healthier options with adequate support. We can go to the next one. Like I mentioned, this is just Oregon in general, showing the bottom 5 total households and bottom 5 food stores. This slide is just Oregon counties in general. It is showing just food access. The orange and yellow are still highlighted at 1 and 20 miles away from the closest food store, and then the yellow is actually having to use other vehicles as well. Here's that Grant County. As you can tell, it is very hard to see because it was so scarce of food.
And these are our references for our presentation. But yeah, that pretty much sums up all of our presentation for food deserts. We hope you enjoy it and liked it. Thank you very much.